On this episode of the Bozo Podcast, the boys get drugs, Dan gets hammered, and Nathan gets hard. Welcome to the Bozo Show!
Nathan, it's freaking cold outside, dude. Why is it so cold?
I feel fine.
I'm shivering.
You're shivering? You should put some layers on, man.
Nah, I'm a New Yorker. I don't need layers.
Dude, it's like 40 degrees in this room right now.
Actually, not true. In this room, it's hot because we turned the heat on and we're sweltering now. I don't know how he's wearing that coat because I am like sweating. But he also was just sitting there while I was putting up the
I also
stuff.
don't sweat much. I would wear this in the summer back
That's
home.
actually true, yeah. He doesn't sweat. I sweat a lot.
You sweat through your hands like crazy. I feel like your hands are like water.
Whenever we have to share a controller when we're playing games, God. Nathan will be so mad because my hands will, if I'm like, if I'm gaming, right? My hands will just like get sweaty when I'm going hard.
I know you can't help it, but it feels rude.
I'm the I'm the opposite of hydrophobic. Dynamic. Yeah. I think that's right. I'm hydrodynamic.
Yeah, no, that's right. I thought you were saying like hydrophobic is in like scared, but you mean like you don't repel water, you attract water.
I guess a hydrophobic is that? I guess maybe that's not the word. I'm pretty sure there's a thing where like your body doesn't produce sweat or your body produces too much sweat. Scarlett told me about it. I want to say it was hydrophobic. They
could also be using the exact same term. I mean, hydrophobic when you're referring to material means that like, oh man, like if I pour water on this, it just goes right off.
Oh, well maybe I'm wrong. I don't know the actual word for it. But hydrodynamic sounds right.
Yeah, I mean, well,
we need to get down to the Latin.
Actually, I think that might just be dynamic, just might refer to the concept of how water moves in relationship, like aerodynamic would refer to that. But they could be taking that terminology and just
providing a different meaning,
using it.
Yeah, the English language does that sometimes.
Yeah, we're just kind of like, yeah, fuck it. It also means this, even though they're not at all related. And in fact, it probably just confuses shit way more.
Yeah, for real.
But I think the term you're looking for is sweaty.
Yeah, I'm a sweaty gamer.
I don't sweat when I play a game.
Well, all I got to do right now is step outside because Texas, for some reason, decided over the course of literally last night, go from 70-degree weather last week to 30-degree weather this entire week coming up. So we have to drip all the faucets.
Yep.
And, kick the heat on.
Does this every year. It has mood swings at the end of the year. It's like, okay, Christmas is done, New Year's is done, all the stuff that people consider festive winter stuff is done, time to get cold.
It's usually like maybe 2 or 3 weeks where it'll dip into like the 20s or 30s or 40s and then it'll go back up to like 60, 70 for like 3 weeks and then go back. Like usually January and February only are the cold months of Texas, which is really nice because then we only get like 2 months of cold. The fucking wash machine that you started overfilled is currently banging into the walls of the wash machine. You should go fix that.
I should go fix that? It'll fix itself.
We're going to break our washing machine.
They don't need to know about that.
That's a problem for us because we rent it.
I could hear it banging. I can hear it. It's kind of like
go fix it and I'll stall.
You can't stall that long.
Sure I can.
You can't stall long enough for me to walk downstairs and flip it from normal to heavy.
I absolutely can.
Okay, well you're gonna be like, I'm giving you time to think right now. Think of something that you can talk about for.
I'm gonna talk about my
17 minutes.
I'll talk about my video. It's not gonna take you 17 minutes. Okay.
It's a big house.
Go. I can still hear it banging.
Wait,
it's gonna break.
Wait. Okay,
it's still going. You go fix that. That's a problem. That's what happens when you don't pack it in evenly, and then the weight is lopsided and it spins into the walls. Fucking guy's gonna break shit in my fucking house. It's not my house. We rent, but like, fucking, you gotta pack the machine evenly, otherwise it starts spinning. The spinner starts. It's like one of those vertical ones, like top down. It's fucking hell. It'll start spinning into the walls, banging into the walls of the washing machine. And then just end up breaking itself. You ever see the guy who's there's like a brick in the fucking wash machine, the thing jiggles and it falls apart? Like, that's exactly what is happening down there with just all Nathan's clothes that he packed in there. My mom used to freak out whenever I would overpack the machine and shit like that would happen. And then I'd be like, man, I tried to even it out. Now I'm super particular and careful. One, because I don't own the washing machine. It's technically the house's that we rent. And two, it's not my mother's washing machine, which maybe is a little insensitive of me. Sorry, Mom. But you gotta fucking... You can't break the shit, because then what? I have to be like, hey, landlord, we broke the washing machine. And then she's gonna have to like replace it. Like that's like fucked up. Like, I don't know. Would she even replace it? Would she make us pay for it? Who knows?
I'm just assuming Dan was complaining the entire time, making it sound like it's not just a washing machine issue. I was talking about how my mom
used to warn me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My mom used to freak out every time we overpacked the machine, and then that would happen because she'd be like, I'm not paying for a new washing machine.
Yeah, I don't know why they still make washing machines like that. I guess they don't.
That was just an old one.
Yeah, they just don't. They just make the ones that go like this to just avoid the problem, which is like... We just sometimes make shit bad, and we just do it for a really long time, and then someday, like, some guy's just like, hey, what if we just did it 90 degrees the other way, and then it never had that problem again? And then we're like, oh, wow. Yeah.
It's human ingenuity at fault.
We have dryers that already did that. Like,
I think they just, like, they're probably like, hey, this works. Just this one workaround that sometimes this happens, but it works. And then, like, eventually someone, like, down the line was like, yeah, but what if we did it better? But for a while, that they were just like, they felt safe in the fact that that worked. What's the word for that? They got comfortable. They got too comfortable.
You forgot the word comfortable?
I don't know. That's not the word I was looking for, but it means the same thing, just less elegantly.
I don't believe in elegance. I believe in saying shit that sounds proper, which is the improper way of saying the word elegant.
Elegante.
That's not right.
Well, speaking of elegant, we went to a New Year's Eve party. I guess, yeah, New Year's
of
party.
Elegant.
Yeah, we were all dressed up, man. Dude, do you not remember the outfit you wore?
I was dressed as
You were dripped out as fuck.
I dressed as I normally
You're going to say that's not elegant?
It's a typical day for me, man.
Okay. Dude was in like a maroon suit with like pins and like, did you have rings on or some shit?
I had a ring and
a
golden
ring on.
watch on, or like a golden...
Bro's saying he's not elegant. He got compliments from like tons of people.
Yeah.
Because he was fucking dripped out. Me, I just went in like a shirt and tie.
It's and pretty like typical.
Jeans.
I tend to go out and people go like, wow, you look good. And then I go... That's usually what I do.
You just giggle. Thank you. You a little blush, like, stop.
Yeah, that's usually...
Stop, don't compliment me.
Yeah, usually... Thank you. That's probably like about as... That's pretty accurate.
About as big as the reaction gets?
No, no, sometimes I'll be like, oh, wow, like, thank you. I mean, it's the same shit, but I'll be a little bit more like, oh, wow.
You hit the beetle from Zelda where you go, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what you do?
I honestly probably have done that like once or twice. Unironically, I'm sure you could like get a clip of me that just sounds just like that. It'll probably like if you're walking down the street and somebody like crosses you and you're kind of like saying it behind your shoulder and you're like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And you keep walking. I like wearing cool clothes.
I mean, we all tried to dress up a little bit. Noah was in like a white button down, but then he just threw a jacket over it. Seb was in his green like goofy mobster jacket, I think, right? What was he wearing? I don't even remember.
He was wearing also technically
like a blazer.
He was wearing a suit.
Yeah.
It's put together. So like one of them was like a green top and like a darker jeans.
Dude, the green top?
Yeah, he calls it's like a Saul Goodman like look, you know.
Do you know what the green top is?
Well, like Kermit when he's
No, okay. So in Minecraft, when you first play the game ever, right? Normally what a player does is because they're scared in the first day, they just make a random like shitty block house out of dirt. And then because they're so scared and they're operating out of their home base, right? That is now this dirt hut. They will go off and do stuff and return to the dirt hut. And after time, what happens to dirt?
Gets grass.
So green top is like a really it's like an insult for you're a noob Minecrafter because you have the grass on top of your dirt hut house.
Where in the world were you that you were in a Minecraft community in which they invented slurs for new players?
Well, do you want me to be honest? It was Call Me Carson.
That checks
so it makes
out.
a lot of sense.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm like,
before he was like,
I'm like, I've watched a lot of Minecraft. I've never once Like, that's just a slur.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how else to describe it.
Back at SP, I mean, I'm sure, our friend Krinios has said that many a times.
Calling somebody a green top?
Yeah, he said, you got the green top, bro.
Yeah, I don't think it's saying you got the green top. I feel like that's a...
No, you're not naming a person a green top, because he'd be a green topper. But you got the green top. It means like you're a fucking noob.
I feel so educated.
You're a scrub.
Thank you for educating me on your Minecraft hate speech.
It's from the SMP Live days, and I'm sure Krinios. I'm sure if we ask, do we have Krinios' number? Do you have? Don't call
him
up right now.
You should not live call Krinios to ask about
what the green top is. Why not?
I feel like he's not gonna know. If he knows, then I guess. But I feel like in reality, he's just gonna say, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
I keep hitting L instead of K. Krinios. Do you think he'll answer? I think I'll just get egoed.
I don't know. I don't think it'd be an ego thing either. You're randomly calling somebody. Are you calling him on Discord?
Oh, it's not even ringing. Oh, he's on Do Not Disturb. It won't even ring.
If you're calling on Discord, of course they're not gonna answer. I don't think I have his
phone number.
Well, you're a bad friend.
Krinios, answer.
It's not how that works.
Shit.
You can't push. See, this is why you don't do stuff like this. This is why you don't do stuff like this.
I think he's on Do Not Disturb, so I don't think it's going to ring. Well, I'll ask him later and get back to you.
Dan's going to complain later and be like, damn, he egoed me. He didn't even answer my call.
No, he's going to know. He's going to know what the green top is. Maybe he'll be at the function later that we're going to, and we can ask him if he knows what the green top is.
Is that going to be one of the trivia questions?
Yeah. Dude, now we'll know.
Green top?
We're locked in now.
This is forbidden knowledge. Can we do... I guess, we'll go down. What other Minecraft slurs
we know who probably knows is Seb. Seb probably knows. Let me call.
You're gonna call like I'm gonna 2 prove it or to you 3 that people. No one's gonna answer. No one's gonna answer your fucking random ass phone call. Oh, you're actually calling. There's a way more likelihood of getting an answer when you do a real phone call.
Well, I didn't have Krinios' number. Maybe I do actually. I don't know.
Probably do.
I feel like I don't though.
You're gonna get ego though. You're not.
I swear to God, my own roommate. He's literally one room over. If he doesn't fucking answer,
he's probably sick again. I don't know.
Seb.
Hey, what's up?
You're on the podcast. I have a question.
Okay.
Do you know what the green top is?
The green top in Minecraft, yeah.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know. Yeah,
of course, Seb would know this slur.
Seb, he thinks it's a slur.
That's what it is.
Guess what game I'm playing as we speak.
Are you playing Minecraft?
Yeah.
Okay. You have issues. All right, thank you for proving my point, buddy.
Yeah, no, it's good. Anytime.
All right, we'll see you on the podcast next week. Spoiler.
Maybe. Sure, I guess.
You're pulling them away from the microphone so they can't even hear that.
Fuck
Why
them.
are you?
Bye. I'll hang up on him.
You're not good at doing phone calls on
I was next to the mic the whole fucking time.
Until you put it down while he was talking for the last 20 seconds.
I don't fucking care what he had to say, and neither do they. So checkmate,
Except you
liberal.
Didn't say anything,
checkmate,
so now they're
liberal.
just...
Checkmate, liberal.
You don't...
Your king's knocked over. He's dead. Checkmate. Done deal.
That's not how checkmate works.
Yeah, it is.
No, that's game, set, match. I mean, not even still. Actually, no. That's my entire gripe about chess. I have a huge fucking gripe with chess.
Well, that's what they do when they resign. They knock the king over, and then they go...
Yeah, I have a huge fucking gripe with chess, though, that you can't fucking just take their king. Like, it has to be put in check. And it's bullshit.
What do you mean? Yeah.
I think it's bullshit. It forces higher level play. I get it. But if you're a dumb idiot... Okay.
Checkmate is taking their king. What are you on about?
I don't like check.
Check just means...
I don't like check.
What? You get why check is a thing, though.
I just said it. It forces a higher level of play. That's the logistical reason. You put the king, now your king's getting attacked, and now it forces the other person to say, hey, by the way, I'm letting you know. If hypothetically we played one more turn, I would win. But now you have to move out of the way.
I see.
It forces higher level play. So but if someone's an idiot and doesn't see it... Why did you
do your mic wire like this, by the way? Why there's a lower one? Like this. You put it on the upper one, now it's doing the snake thing.
No, you do talk about my chest. Go give me your point of your chest. I'm not talking about this.
So, what I think what you're going for is you want to... not have someone be alerted that they're about to lose.
Yes.
So that you could sneakily win the game.
Yes.
Instead of playing with honor and having check, which is in the rules of chess.
High-end chess would never change. It wouldn't change how high-end chess matches. It would only affect low EQ.
Yeah, true.
or right at elo. Low elo chess, that's the only thing it would affect.
Okay.
And I think it'd be kind of hype because I be playing chess sometimes, and then also it fucks shit up, you know? It fucks shit up. I don't like it.
I thought you meant like the actual thing of check is like stupid and shouldn't be a thing. And I'm like, check just means like you're one turn away from losing.
But I mean,
but you don't like that it actually alerts
because
you.
it's not actually you're one turn away from losing. In fact, you can be in check 30 times in a row. In fact, you could be in check infinitely. Technically, if a guy is willing to put in the time, he can just go back and forth and check you forever.
Well, that's when
and then that's a draw. That's when a draw happens. But technically, I'm just saying, I don't like the concept. Chess people get at me, bite me. I don't care. I think the game is fun.
I thought you were silly for a second, but then you actually had a decent point. I don't think I still agree with you, but I think your point is valid, and I hear you.
I don't think there's a thing to agree or disagree on. I just think it objectively just forces higher level play. On the downside of, it makes the game for me a little bit more annoying because then I don't like the concept, and it's like literally like baby mode. It's like, can I take the game off baby mode? Take the game off baby mode. Thank you. Next topic.
Amen. God bless.
Next topic. Why don't you have a park on?
Because I'm from New York. I don't feel the cold. I'm built different.
That's not how that works.
What do you mean that's not how that works?
That's not how it works.
I was born and raised there. It's like in Sweden when they leave their babies outside when they're in the cafes and the strollers so they can build the cold resistance. Did you know about that?
No. What are you talking about?
Okay, so
no.
There's cafes in Sweden where you pull up with the family, right?
Pull up.
Newborn baby.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a little, like, sort of gated off section outside where people will leave their strollers with their babies in it. And the babies will sit outside in the cold.
It's not for the purpose of cold training them. I know there are places, because some countries are better, we're not, and I still think it's psychopathic in the same way that I think it's fine to leave doors unlocked, but most Americans lock their doors versus other countries. But yes, places like Sweden, you can just essentially, they have like a mini place where you can just put your kids and walk away. Most Americans would never do that. The purpose is not to cold train your baby.
No, but people in Sweden have been doing that specifically to cold train their baby. Yes.
If they are, then
this is a thing, Nathan.
They are stupid.
This is just the thing that's happening.
Sweden. Call out. It's
just
not even
because
Sweden.
you think it's stupid doesn't mean people aren't doing it. There's a lot of stupid people in the world, Nathan.
You're the one being stupid because I know that I know of this concept. There are places, yes, where people leave their kids and will walk away from their strollers, and they are dedicated places for that. The purpose is so that way they can find their kid and they have a place to walk back to, not so they can cold train their baby. I'm sure there are some psychopathic Swedish people who are like, well, it's a benefit that they also get more used to the cold. And that's like how I would be like, well, a benefit of removing check is that this shit's better, but I hate you.
Are you
it's
done?
Not real.
Are you done?
Go read your Google.
Are you done being a little know-it-all?
Go read your
thinking
Google.
you know everything in the world and not believing me for a second?
Go read your Google.
In Sweden, it's quite common to see babies sleeping outside in their carriages, even in colder weather, as many parents believe exposing their infants to fresh air in well-bundled clothing can be beneficial for their health and development.
So you know he said even in cold weather?
This practice is particularly prevalent during the day when temperatures are not extreme.
Even in cold weather. So it's a normal thing for them to do it in general.
Even when temperatures are below freezing.
That the whole thing is that they just do that in general throughout the entire year. I'm sure some, and it even says some Swedens believe that it helps.
You said that's not a thing, unless people are idiots.
No.
And I said, yes, there's idiots in the world, Nathan. People do this. This is a thing people believe.
That's not why
so now you're in between
do it.
points.
That's not how... I've entirely phrased it for that reason. There might be people who do that, and I'm not saying it, but you are phrasing it as if, yeah, in Sweden, they have a dedicated drop-off area to cold train your baby. And it's like, that's not true. They have dedicated drop-off area for your baby.
I love how that's the point you took from that.
That is what I said from the beginning, because the way you phrased it, if I didn't already know about this, the takeaway of how you phrased it was, yeah, they have cold box for babies.
I did not say that.
I
just said there's cafes where people go and they leave their babies in the pram outside.
To cold train them.
Yeah, which people do. I just read the thing that said people do.
You said sometimes, even in cold weather, they will leave them outside and tandem, some people of that minority in that certain
After
specific thing.
after it said,
Yes, after you
people
Google read
believe
it,
that it's
it
healthy
made the
for the
thing-
babies to cold train them. That's what the fucking thing said.
Yes.
Why are you arguing with me on this?
Anyway, so you guys listening, you're welcome for me clarifying so that way I didn't just go, wow, that's crazy that they have cold box for baby.
I did not say that.
I think most people probably listening, if they didn't know anything about this, would have had the same takeaway as how you said it, which was that there's a place in Sweden.
You need to have couples therapy, Nathan. What's wrong with you? Why are you so confrontational lately?
I wasn't confrontational.
Everything I say lately, you're like, why would you think that?
No, you're pulling at your...
That's what you sound like lately. So why?
You're the one who is being...
Why are you moody?
I'm not moody.
Did you go back to LA and fucking hang out with a bunch of prissy pussies and now you're all back here being
I hung out with a cat and a dog, and I shaved the dog.
Prissy pussy, there you go, the cat.
The cat is kind of prissy, I'll say. Not a pussy though. That cat will come back. That's a battle cat.
A battle cat?
Battle cat with battle fat. He's got chunking on the
Like Big
side.
the cat? Is that a battle cat? What's a battle cat? Is Garfield a battle cat? How do we differentiate? Is there? Oh, what about what's the old cartoon where it's like the cat people?
The cat people.
And
You're talking about. I know what you're talking about where they get the sword.
Yeah.
Fucking the lightning strikes.
What's that called? It's like leopard something.
Battle cats.
Is it? I don't know. Do I need to hit the sources of Google?
Go research it.
Old cat cartoon.
I think it might literally call it the battle cats.
Not Felix the cat, not Figaro, not the Cadillac cats.
Look up battle cats. What are you trying to do to find this?
I just looked up old cat
Look
cartoon.
up G.I. Joe Cat Show.
G.I. Joe Cat Show.
Because it's the same company, Hasbro. It's a show that's made to sell.
Yosie and the Pussycats.
Nope. Other one.
SWAT Cats.
Oh, I watched that, but also no.
What the fuck is it? I
know
vividly can picture the characters.
Yeah, it's like
in
a
my
lion.
mind.
It's a lion guy. He has like a red mane. He picks up the sword.
It's this one. Look, the guy's there, but what's it called?
What are you going through images to find that?
Well, no, it just came up in the search results when I was going through shit. But it's not He-Man. Oh, Thundercats. That's what
not
it is.
Battlecats.
Okay.
Thundercats.
We get there.
So, anyways, how you feeling about New Year's, man? That was a crazy thing.
Yeah, so apart from us being drippy, one other not so great start to the year thing that we had was our friend Noah got roofied, basically, or drugged. We don't know what it was. We took him to the hospital the next day. Toxicology report doesn't test for whatever the hell he was on.
Yeah, no, what happened was, well, we don't know what happened at the party because, well, A, I left early. B, Noah doesn't remember.
Yeah. But he was with us the whole time. Like, from my point of view, like, Noah and I were next to each other when the ball dropped. Mm-hmm. Noah and I were outside hanging out with people, like, for, like, the rest of the night, basically, and, like, you know, just vibing. We weren't, like, specifically together. Like, I was still bouncing around between people. Mm-hmm. But, like, when I wasn't with him, he was either with Seb or the girls that we, like, Ubered home with, or, like, people we knew. So it was, like, it had to have happened way earlier because, like, but he doesn't remember the ball dropping. So
yeah, either he grabbed somebody else's drink by accident or somebody mistook his drink for someone else's.
One of the girls or something and was going after them, which is scary. But
yeah, it is spooky.
It was really scary when we got home because he was like he doesn't remember any of this. But when we were in the Uber, he was in the middle seat in the back.
I wasn't in the Uber. I went home early.
But we were in the middle seat in the back, and I was in the back left. He was in the middle. And Seb is in it's like a 3 thing. We had like 6 people, Uber XL. Seb was in the front. He gets out. He's like, all right, come on, Noah. And Noah like half gets up and then goes, I got to wait for my friends. And I'm like, I'm behind you, buddy. Like, go. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, oh. And then he gets out and he goes like across the street basically and stares at a bush for like 15 seconds. And then me and Seb are like, Noah, come on. And he's like, oh shit, I'm across the street. Yeah. And he walks inside and he takes about like a minute to 3 minutes taking off his shoes. He was just bending over, staring at his shoes. Mm-hmm. And then like I go to sleep because I'm also like really drunk. And then Nathan wakes me up at like 5 a.m. and Noah is like literally passed out or not even passed out. His eyes were open. Like one eye was half open, one eye was fully open, glassy eyed, staring at the ceiling, like super sketchy looking.
Yeah, when I went to open the door, I got home early technically, but I was locked out of the house because the front and back door are both locked. I don't know why. So I had to go through a process of going to someone else's house temporarily, waiting until they got home. So then I technically was the last person to arrive. I get home, go to my room, see the bathroom's light is on, get changed, go downstairs and hang out with Seb and Sick for a little bit for like at least like an hour and a half.
I'm passed out at this point.
Go back upstairs afterwards, see the light is still on, go to open the door to turn off the light, and the door like stops after it's like open. I peek in, I don't see anyone. I'm like, what the fuck is blocking the door? I look in more and I just see Noah on the ground, just eyes open, just looking in the corner. And for me, the biggest thing was I peeked at my head in and I said Noah, and his eyes didn't even like move.
He didn't
like
acknowledge.
It was like completely
respond.
unacknowledging.
Yeah.
He was breathing. There's also throw up.
Yeah, he acted a lot.
Places. And I think more alarming for me was he had fruit punch.
Yeah, there was a punch at the party, which was like in a container, so it definitely wasn't that alone. Like it happened after it got out of the
fruit punch,
thing.
which was red, and so the throw up was red.
It's like jungle juice.
And so I go and I see a bunch of what my first instinct, because I also used to work at a hospital. I'm like, that's bloody. That looks like I've cleaned up blood and shit before. I'm like, that looks pretty similar. And I see Noah there, and I say Noah, and he's not responding. And I'm like, I go both doors. I wake them up. I'm like, guys, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna call an ambulance or something. He's not responding.
Eventually, when I went up, I was like, still again drunk. Woke up and like eyes half open, looked in and opened my eyes, and he was like, looking glassy eyed at the ceiling. And I go, Noah, no, you all right? And then he goes, huh? And then he's and I'm like, Nathan, get him some water and like some bread or something and sit him up so he's not on his back. He doesn't throw up in his mouth and choke to death. Because if someone's sick after a night out drinking or whatever, lay them on their side, because if they throw up and they're on their back, they can just like fucking choke on their own throw up and kill themselves by asphyxiating.
Yeah. So I would go get him food and water, and then by the time that I get back to the thing, I give him the food and water. I go talk to Dan and Seb more, and when I go back to look in, he's sat up and is drinking water and stuff. So I'm like, okay, like that's fine. He's able to talk a little bit. I'm like, all right, like, are you okay? How are you feeling? He's like drinking the water. I'm like I'm assuming at that point that he just like was really fucking drunk or something.
We didn't,
because I didn't get any of the context. I didn't even know any of this stuff beforehand.
I mean, even us, we didn't even consider that we just thought he was like, blackout drunk. We didn't even expect that he was got drugged. But then like eventually like he was doing fine enough where we're like, okay, I think we're good.
Yeah. Nathan
went to bed, and then
the next morning, me, Noah, and Seb were like talking about it, like figuring out what was going on, because Dan was going back to work.
I was at work.
And we were like thinking about it more and more, because he was like, I assumed, because again, I left early. I'm like, he must have just had a crazy amount to drink or something, because for big events, some people drink a lot. So I was like, I don't know, like, what happened? And he was telling me about how much he drank, and you were there, and Seb was there, and
we had the same amount of alcohol. Like, we both had like maybe 3 shots and like 2 cups of the punch, which for me, I was hammered, which I assumed him, because he's more of a lightweight, that could have been, if it was the same, he could have been like super hammered, blackout drunk, but I don't think it would have got him there. Like, realistically, he probably would have been more fucked up than I was, but not blackout drunk.
So after we talked about it for a little bit, like, we honestly were like, that, like, being drugged honestly makes the most sense. I call, essentially, there's like a hotline for it. And I was like, I think my friend was drugged last night. Is it like, they're okay right now. But like, I just want to like want to get tested, like take him in, like make sure there's nothing else going on. They just said to go to local hospital, like the closest place you can. We did. We got there. They said that they don't screen for any type of drugs that would be used for roofie, stuff like that, like any type of party
Which is
drug.
like, what the fuck?
Which I don't know why hospitals don't do that. It seems like a thing that happens. But okay, I guess they don't test for it, but we figured we were already there, and especially there probably would be good to make sure nothing else was going wrong, because you never know how. It's better safe than sorry.
We don't know what drug it was or whatever. Mm-hmm. What if there's more shit in his system that's not good?
We took him in. They did the test. The test didn't come back for anything other than alcohol, which is what they said would happen. But they got an IV in him. And like for the next like 2-3 days after that, he still had like awful draining feelings, which is common for when you have like a super strong drug.
Yeah, like grogginess and just like
migraines, headaches, stuff like that. I will say the biggest thing, which the nurse, when we were leaving, they obviously aren't the person that we're talking to explain all of this. So they only see what the report is that they're giving to us at the end. But it was just such a wrong, like read the room type deal. Like you should probably have better empathy for the people that you're working with. The guy hands the paper over to him and he goes, so what you had was called a hangover.
Which is just like, go fuck yourself, man. Like literally just like such a useless nurse. Like obviously we know what a hangover is. We're all 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking moron.
But Noah is safe and fine now.
No, he's good. We're chilling.
And that all happened. But definitely an interesting
rough start to 2025,
of the year.
Which the thing that's scary, like Noah was joking, like, "Oh, I'm a hero," because like the thing that's scary is that what if it was someone like literally going after the girls that we're friends with that we were like hanging out with all night? Like that's even more scary. That I don't know. It's just
so just reminder to all people: be
safe,
careful, be safe.
Don't put your drink down at parties. Make sure you keep an eye on it. Whenever I carry on, whenever I'm not like literally drinking out of a bottle that I can put my thumb over or like a cup that I can put my whole hand over, I will like carry the cup like this, like a red Solo cup. If I have a drink in it, I'll literally carry it like that and then hold it close to my chest and just like talk like this sort of thing. Because I don't know, my mom was always like, like be careful, be super careful when you're at a party or whatever.
I mean, it to be fair, it happen, like we are the example. Like it doesn't even necessarily have to be for you. Like it makes sense to just be mindful of your drink. You don't know what's in somebody else's drink. You don't want to mix that up. And if you're with friends, make sure you're watching their drinks as well. Keep each other safe out there.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely not, I mean, for me personally, not traumatic, but definitely scary for sure. It was definitely like, I was concerned about my friend for a while there in the night, but ended up okay. But then on a happier note, as the week went on, we had like, it was 2 of our friends' birthdays. Yeah. Our friend Ariel and our friend Peyton.
Same day, same party.
Same day. They have the same birthday, funnily enough. Peyton was having a big party on Saturday night, and Ariel wanted to have like a smaller thing on Friday night. And so me and Nathan are very busy people, right?
Yeah.
We don't enjoy going out and drinking all the time. Like especially when it's at like a bar or like, 6th Street especially is like so far.
It's so far away. It's so
expensive.
Yeah, if you actually want to drink there,
buying.
And it's complicated. It's like it's not like, we'll get there, and then if you want to go home, you'll be home in like 10 or 15 minutes. It's like, well, get ready to spend the next like 45 minutes minimum. Yeah,
you're Nathan likes to leave things early because he likes to sleep earlier. Yep. And when you go to 6th Street, he's just kind of stuck with us till like 3 a.m. when we get home. But this time, they said 6th Street, and me and Nathan were like, all right, we're not going. This is like what, Friday night?
I don't know. Well, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think Thursday we.
It was a Friday night, yeah.
Yeah, Thursday we went and just hung out normally. And then, I think, right? I don't remember. Thursday we did.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Oh, you weren't
does
there.
Not matter.
You weren't there. Me and Seb and Noah went and hung out with them on Thursday. And then Friday, they were like, 6th Street. We said no. And then there was like, okay, we're just going to go out to dinner or one of the bars local to our house. So we said, okay, that sounds great. Then we'll come. We get to Ariel's house and we're hanging out with everybody and we start playing like a drinking game. And I guess it's like a pregame, but I didn't really acknowledge it at the time.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, yeah, sure, I'll drink. I'm like, it's Friday night, whatever. All of a sudden, we're playing this game called King's Cup. I'm like 5 shots deep and like 5, like, you know, I started off with a double in a mixed drink because I feel like that was the only thing I was gonna have. I was just gonna sip on that the whole game. Turns out, I was chugging a lot of drinks. And I ended up.
Cup, I also. I don't know if you ever played before. I never played it.
Neither have I.
There's a lot of drinking in King's Cup.
There's a lot of rules and a lot of drinking and a lot of like, you know, targeting essentially to get people to drink. So I, after that double, had like 3 more singles drinks and ended up being like 5 shots deep going to wherever our destination was, which was revealed to us that we were going to a club.
Yep.
And we were like, what? Like, I was too drunk to acknowledge at that point. I was like, whatever, we're already here. Let's just go. And I was drunk, so I was along for the ride.
So we went clubbing.
So we literally went clubbing after the whole traumatic news experience.
Not as far clubbing.
No, it was definitely not
clubbing
downtown, but it was still a decent amount away. But the saving grace was that we didn't have to Uber. Noah was sober after, you know, the whole New Year's thing.
Right. Yep.
So he just drove all of us. And let me just say, I absolutely destroyed my calves just from fucking jumping and like, you know, it's all like EDM with drops and shit.
Yeah.
So it's just like we're building, and then it's like 3, 2, 1, and we're fucking, you know, jumping up and down.
I genuinely think you just don't understand. You watch DJs, and I think you got DJ dance moves. When you raise your arms up, that is DJs hyping the crowd up.
I'm hyping my but I'm not like hyping a crowd. I'm hyping my group of
You
circle.
say that, but the big thing
when I was on camera,
the
there was a camera that had like a thing that like showed at the top of the. Then I would go and like face the camera and do that. But I definitely was not acknowledging random rats in the crowd.
So cringe.
Okay, I was fucking hammered, buddy. What do you want? I was getting hyped.
I was just sitting here. I'm like, Dan, why the fuck are you trying to hype up all these
Why is he such a hater? You see what I'm talking about? He's being a hater lately.
Dude, you're goofy, man.
You're being a hater.
Goofy,
Dude, we literally like were in the club for like literally like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Immediately, the girls talked to one of the servers. Immediately got upgraded free into VIP with a free bottle of champagne. So we got more drinks for free. By the way, this entire time I didn't pay a dime for any of these drinks essentially. And then we're just like in this like slightly raised VIP area with our own couch to put our stuff down, and we're just like all standing in a circle, drinking and fucking getting hyped.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I will say for those, because I know I think inadvertently we actually have been there once before to the VIP area, but I am not a VIP paying guy. I'm never doing something like that.
No.
For those who are curious, getting a bottle of champagne normally there runs you $250.
Yeah, the bottles.
And that is like the cheapest. Other stuff on there was like $400, like
$1,600.
80% of the menu that they opened up just because they were curious was $400 and up. And I'm like, who the hell is paying to go in the VIP, which is literally like 3 feet, 4 feet raised up?
Yeah,
and it's maybe like 4 feet by 4 feet space.
I mean, it's a cool club, but I don't know that it ever gets that packed to the point where there's like high ballers paying that much money. I mean, maybe it does. I'm sure like when there's events in town,
you don't need
probably.
high ballers. That's why we're there. We were put there so other people feel comfortable.
Oh yeah.
To get up there. And then the issue is you feel like an idiot if you get up there and you're like, well, I want a drink and I can't. Like, there's only one thing that we can do, and hopefully you have a group of people and you're like, guys,
let's split a bottle.
Let's split a bottle. It's not crazy. It'll be like $20 for each of us. That's more reasonable, but it still probably irks the hell out of everyone there because you're getting a $5 bottle of champagne for $250.
And you literally, if there's enough people, you're all literally having one glass of champagne for like $400 split. So I think the reason they threw us up there for free is because we walked in with such a big group of young people. Mm-hmm. That they were just like, get them because they will influence other people to get up here.
It costs them $5.
Yeah, literally.
So that's how. Everyone understands that, but that's how clubs work. They operate in selling drinks super expensive, and especially they try to target. They're like gotchas, they target the whales. That's how clubs work. Clubs don't really function that much off of individual people. They function off of whales who will come in and be like, "I'm buying everyone drinks. Yeah, I'm getting the big champagne show. I'm doing that big thing."
Yeah, they're with this one of those clubs where they walk out with the big signs and the sparklers. Yeah, and, happy birthday, whoever the fuck. Which is cool, but like I'm not paying for it.
No, I never paid for it.
I didn't pay a dime, and I got 2 bottles of champagne, and
maybe when I start getting into the oil industry in Saudi Arabia, I'm gonna get my in one day. Trust me.
And you got those.
I'm gonna be an oil baron.
That's not a good thing to be.
I'm gonna be an oil baron.
Isn't that like
it's
immoral practice?
I'm gonna do so many illegal things that are only illegal in the U.S. and luckily are legal in Saudi Arabia.
Why don't you go to Alaska? There's oil there.
I'm not gonna be able to profit.
There's oil here in Texas. Why not?
There's oil here in Texas, but they won't let me. Yeah, they won't let me frack my land. Apparently, digging oil on certain locations is awful to the environment, and they say don't frack, and I say why? It's cheap, and it gets me lots of oil, and I get to destroy everything around me. Donate to Alveus.
I'll frack your crack if you're not careful.
Don't frack my crack. Take a small break. I don't want to actually do that. If you didn't realize, I'm not trying to be an oil baron.
I'm pretty sure everyone realized that when you got in your silly voice where you're like, I don't want to do that. That's the Nathan silly voice when he's not being serious.
Why is he so mad at me? He's dogging me right now.
I'm not being mad at you. I'm just pointing out a lovely thing that you do that I appreciate. You always Nathan takes everything like an attack towards him. Everything you say to him, like that was a compliment. I like his silly voice when he's being sarcastic and he goes, I'm just Nathan. I'm being silly. I like it. And he just took it as, you're making fun of me. Fuck you.
Now
and
I'm going
back, and I'm just like, ouch.
Uno reverse. I actually wasn't offended. I was actually making fun of you.
And then he does that. I was as making his counter response, which just makes me feel like shit either way.
I was making fun of you because this entire time you've been like, why is Nathan always making fun of me? He's dogging on me.
He is.
So you said one thing, I'm like, why is Dan always dogging on me?
He's a confrontational little bastard lately. You need to accept love into your heart.
You're the one on your myriad.
We all love you.
You know it's real, right? A myriad?
A man period?
Yeah, it's not like every month.
No, it's the Mercury cycle, or retrograde, or whatever, whatnot. No, you know what I'm talking about?
Well, maybe.
Gang shit. Astronomy. Or astrology. Whatever it is.
Astronomy?
Astronomy is study of the stars. Astrology is like the star signs and shit.
Yeah. Well, honestly, there may be some validity, but myriad is real, and I don't know anything about when Mercury is in retrograde.
Shit just gets crazy. It's like a blood moon in Zelda.
There's a chance that might be what the myriad is, or maybe tracks kind of close.
I don't think Mercury is currently in retrograde. I don't think
it works for every. I don't think everyone's. I think it's some people. My Mercury's in retrograde, but I don't think that means your Mercury's in retrograde.
Then it is an astrology thing where it's not. No, I thought it was like a thing with the actual planet.
No. I think it's based on. I don't know.
Should we enlighten
That's
ourselves again?
That's a very complicated subject. I don't know if you're going to be able to get a real answer.
Jamie, pull that up.
You might be able to get like a Google AI answer, but I won't trust it.
Mercury in retrograde.
Google short answers are almost never right. They're like 80% of the way there.
No, it's a thing with the real planet. It's not an astrology thing. I mean, it is an astrology thing.
It is an astrology thing. That's what I'm saying. The Google thing is not gonna. It's gonna give you like a half truth or 80% truth, and it's like you have to read a book or something.
Mercury in retrograde is a period of time when the planet Mercury appears to move backwards in the sky.
Yes,
it has something to do with the speed of its rotation around the sun.
Yeah, but I don't know what that has to do with astrology.
No, crazy astrology people have been like, when Mercury's in retrograde, I don't know how to. I act so differently, so don't take it personally. It's just an excuse for them to be pieces of shit.
And maybe there's a chance that, hear me out. Maybe when the cycle of the male hormonal imbalance that occurs could be very similar to Mercury's cycle, just by happenstance.
This is what it says. It says this is under the astrology tab.
Okay, astrology tab.
Some believe that when Mercury is in retrograde, miscommunications and misunderstandings are more likely to occur.
Is Mercury in retrograde right now?
I don't know. It's not.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it...
It must be.
I don't think it's any...
I think science is wrong.
Oh, wait. 2024 to the 2030 dates. Upcoming dates. March 15th to April 7th, 2025. That's close.
I'm a believer.
Oh, it's actually like, it happens like 3 times a year, actually. Wait a minute.
That's a miscommunication. Guys, I think it's
Mercury's in
happening.
retrograde.
I think it's happening.
Oh my God.
I'm a believer now. Question.
Weapon.
Would you date a crystal girl?
No.
Why?
Because, like, I don't know, believe in God or something. Don't believe in a fucking rock. Like, what are we doing?
What if they believe in both? What if they're, like, extra crazy? They get both crazy.
God is like, crazy. Okay, that was, like, systematically put into you through, like, your upbringing or, like, American politics or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or you just, like, genuinely are just trying to be a good person and God's a route to do that.
Yeah.
Crystals is like, where the fuck did you get that from, you actual psychopath? Like,
I don't know, but when we were watching that one video on how to ride your man, she was talking about...
That's so out of context.
No, but she was talking about how when you do it a certain way, you transfer your energy up from your body and down through your gooch to him.
I don't even know. How do we, like...
You transfer your energy through your gooch to him. Does this need context? Not really. I mean, we just were bored one day and we're like, let's go watch a video on
I
how
have
to
the
ride.
context. So our friend... Okay. We have a friend.
No.
Do we not explain this? Do we want to, in case he watches this?
Wait, what? What friend are we talking about? I actually know. Well, where's Bub? What
the reason you guys were watching that YouTube channel.
That's not the reason why we were watching.
You were liking videos literally to pollute his algorithm.
That's what fucking Seb and Noah watch that shit all the time. They literally are just...
they watch sex tutorials all the time.
They're literally just going on YouTube and they're like, what's the randomest fucking shit that we can find? That's what Seb does.
No, but literally this weekend, Seb was like, oh, let's go on Bub's account and start liking the most cursed videos so that it fucks with his algorithm. That's literally why you guys were pulling up sex tutorials.
I came downstairs and they were talking about it and I'm just sitting and observing.
Okay.
I suggest.
So you're telling me I'm wrong when you didn't even know the context. You're being Mr. Confrontational.
I don't think that I don't think if Bubs' account was on the TV or not, that would have changed the outcome.
No, I don't think they're looking
I think Seb just likes to phrase it. They look up crazy shit all the time.
They're not looking up.
They always put on weird fucking shit. What are you talking about?
They literally watched a video yesterday called "How to Have Sex in School." They were not looking that up if it was not on Bubs' account. I promise you.
Now you're going to crazy places. Now you need to get really
they didn't look that up. It just came up in the recommended. And they were like, "What the fuck is that?" You still need to get
more context to that. You can't just say they watched a video on how to have sex at school.
I'm not even kidding.
It was a sketch. It was a sketch comedy thing. You can't. What are you? You're so bad at it. You can't start doing these things.
Well, could you let me fucking talk? Maybe I would have got there, asshole.
You wouldn't have said that it was a sketch.
It was recommended on one of the other videos that they had looked up to fuck with Bubs, and they were like, "What the actual? How is this on YouTube? What the fuck is this?" And it ended up just being like a silly sketch.
You leave so much room in your explanation for sound bites.
Why is he a hater?
You need to preface things. You're being a hater. This is not a...
Sometimes it's funnier if you don't preface things. How about that?
I don't want there to be clips that start and end very concisely where it sounds very normal, as if like, yeah, and then they started watching videos on how to have sex in school, so that's crazy. Anyways, it's like, no. You need to button that shit before you stop that sentence. You need to make it so if it is clipped, it makes sense that it's very obviously clipped. You need to preface.
Hey, I wasn't the one watching the video.
You need to preface before you said
we weren't the ones watching the video.
I know.
This was all Seb.
But you need to preface these things when you make content on the internet.
Why is he so worried? You're freaking out, man. Relax. You're uptight lately. What's going on?
Gaslighting.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, hold my hand.
This entire podcast is gaslighting me. I'm having very normal. I'm not screaming. I'm not yelling.
You've been uptight lately, and I want to know why. What's going on?
You're trying to touch me on the podcast now.
What's going on in life? Hold my hand. I'm trying to have a nice moment, and you're rejecting my friendship and my love. And it's hurtful. You've been doing this all week. You've been doing this since you got back from Christmas.
You see, this is abuse.
You've been doing this literally since you got back from Christmas.
Starting to gaslight me.
This is not gaslighting. This has actually been a thing.
Now he's forcing interaction and then making it be like, see, he's not touching me right after I said that he's been moody and a dickhead all week. And then I go to grab him and he pulls away.
He's been just very like every time I try to have anything, he'll be like, no, what are you fucking talking about? And then do this where he just is like, I'm right, you're wrong, fuck you, and then attacks you.
This is the most gaslight podcast.
We need couples therapy, man.
This is not couples therapy. This is, you need to watch this back and be like, if you don't admit.
I'm not even talking about watching this back. I'm talking about in life in general, like before the recordings are even on. You've been doing this since you got back from Christmas. I'm saying you went to LA and fucking hang out with the pussies or whatever I said before, the prissy pussies. And now you're all like, no, I'm from fucking LA. I'm right, you're wrong. Yeah.
I'm not. At this point, I'm going to stop trying to defend myself, because whenever I do that, then Dan calls me whiny and defensive, and then goes to touch me, and then goes, why are you mad at me? So I'm just going to say, yep, you're right. So what happened with you guys? Anything interesting? New friends?
Let me know how your New Year's went in the comments below. And how healthy your relationships are. Hopefully better than ours.
Well, hopefully the end was... Well, yeah, hopefully the end was better. Our beginning was okay. Yeah, that's chill. I had a fun time.
Well, back to the Clurb.
We got more of the Clurb? I mean...
No, I was going to wrap up the Clurb by saying I was fucking hungover shit the next day.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Well, because I drank a lot. That's pretty much how. And then...
Gotta eat more food, buddy. You didn't eat any food before you left.
I was overtired because I was, after New Year's that I went to sleep at like 3 a.m. basically. I went to work the next day, so that lost me a lot of sleep. Then on Wednesday, we did some sort of recording or something. I don't know. I don't remember what I did Wednesday. On Thursday, I was up late again, hanging out till like 3 a.m. So I had like no sleep. So Friday after work, before the Clurb, I took a nap. And then when I woke up, they were like, time to leave. So I didn't eat dinner. So which aided in my hangover on Saturday morning.
Well, we woke you up an hour beforehand and said, hey, Dan, we're leaving in an hour. And you said, yeah, okay. And then went back to bed. So that's on you.
I wanted an extra hour of sleep. What can I say?
So the whole...
See how he turns it into like an attack?
You are...
But then...
You start by...
on Saturday...
When you say things, it reflects on other people. So you can't, especially with the other person in the room, be like, yeah, they woke me up right beforehand, so I didn't have a chance to eat. Because it's like, no, we gave you a decent amount of time to eat. Like, we were courteous.
Guys, why does he hate me?
Because we realized you were asleep. So, anyways, continue.
So... I'm hungover shit. We're going to Alveus to help with the Stay Hardathon. Woo! Which basically means we took Viagra and worked at Alveus.
Well,
no. We actually went and dug trenches. Or not really. Well, yeah, we did dig trenches. Basically, they're setting up new internet or something.
They're doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they're doing a ton of like stuff to start the year, and they needed a lot of help from, staff was on staff 12 hours a day in the past, like, over the weekend, and volunteers were welcome to come, which is us. Yep. So then we showed up on Saturday morning after getting horrifically drunk on Friday night, and just worked off the hangover essentially, which was fine. My stomach was kind of hurting all day, but like I wasn't on the verge of yakking or shitting my pants, so it all ended up great.
Yep.
And then after that, there was the previously aforementioned paid-in birthday party. That was on Saturday night.
We're all over the place this podcast.
Yeah, we had a lot happened this week. It was the week itself was very all over the place. But I show up to Payton's and I'm not feeling great. I'm on like no sleep. I'm hungover still, sort of. My stomach still hurts badly.
I feel great and fine because I eat a lot of food. I drink a lot of water. And I don't like getting very drunk.
Yeah, and I don't know. The party was pretty tame, I'd say. Payton got really drunk. I mean, it's his birthday, so more power to him.
Plus, you had your own home.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if we were doing parties at our own home, I probably would get more drunk, and then realistically, I'd just, without saying anything, because it's my own party, my own house, just go upstairs and sleep, and then just be like, "Bye, guys."
I don't know. That after that Sunday party, we kind of just like left a little early and chilled with some friends, and then went home around like 3 a.m. But
I think I also left early from that too.
We did watch the Sonic movie.
But you guys watched the Sonic movie.
You already saw it when you went to LA. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe the Sonic movie changed you some way.
I'm more
Maybe
like
you're like Shadow. Yeah, you're trying to be more like edgy like Shadow, and in turn you're getting meaner.
That's actually why I have this on, because I have a
You dyed your hair black and red.
Yeah, I got the little strip down the back of my head.
But yeah, Sonic 3, we watched that one. And apparently, I've never seen the first two. Apparently, it's the best one.
Oh, it is by far.
The movie was fucking corny and freaky as shit.
Yeah, no, you're not watching it for like a serious movie. You're watching it because it's Sonic.
I was
like, and I think that's what they got. The first movie was okay. It's literally like if you were going in expecting anything more than like, damn, it's Sonic. I'm watching for Sonic. 2 was all right. They got it better. 3, they really locked down on how they animated, and like the characters look great. Like they look more well-fitting. The story is literally just one of the best Sonic games. Like the first 2 movies are essentially original. The third one is literally just Sonic Adventure.
Yeah.
It is just a story from Sonic Adventure adapted to fit the characters that they already had. So people who like the game, you get all the cool shit. It's goofy, it's funny, and you know, Maria. Everyone loves Maria.
Maria fucking never mind.
Anyways, spoilers.
I think going into it, I was expecting Sonic 1 vibe based on what you just said.
Yeah.
Like just like more of a goofy family movie. It was way more fucking freaky and goofy and over the top than I expected.
They lay into
so that was a treat for me.
I think they're in a sweet spot.
Yeah.
And I think going forward, it's just going to be heat. Honestly, I think if this becomes a long series where there's like Sonic 7, I'm going to be like, hey, if you don't want to watch all these movies, start on 3. If you like it, just keep going from there.
I am waiting for the Sonic Adventure DX movie because that's the only Sonic game. Or I think it's Sonic Adventure Battle 2 or whatever, right? Isn't that the game it is? I don't know. That's the only Sonic game that I know the plot of, and actually would be invested in.
I want
that's the one with Chaos.
Yeah, I want to see animated Chaos,
Amy and everything. Which is that the next one? Isn't that Metal Sonic's not in that one?
No, Metal Sonic is
Sonic
from a different
CD
game,
or something.
Or Sonic, yeah.
No, it's the shitty 06. 06, no?
No, I mean technically Metal Sonic was a 2D, like it was still back in the pixel art days. I don't like the sprite sheets, but I don't know how they're tying it in.
Okay, basically the end of the movie has like a little post credits thing where like Amy saves Sonic from a bunch of Metal Sonics, and I don't really know what that means where the next movie's going.
I don't know either, but you know, you got spoiled. I didn't want to spoil what the future movies would be. And we didn't alert you either. So I hope you watch Sonic 3 all the way through, including the ending credit scene. If you didn't, go back, rewind, and forget about it.
It's not. It's passable. I'll say it. I did not think it was like too cringe to watch or too goofy to watch. I thought it was like right. Like he said, it's in a sweet spot where it's a good watch.
Yeah, you're there to watch.
If you have
Sonic.
a lot of free time, it's a good watch. But yeah.
If you watch more than like 4 movies a year, make it your 6th.
To be honest, I
5th or 6th.
Slept through most of it because I was so tired.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I don't trust his opinion that much.
But the beginning and the end were solid. I'll say that.
Yeah, the ending looked. Dude,
the ending was sick.
Great.
Actually, the ending was like
great.
Super cool.
I'll say the first 2 movies, boss fight, not that great, not that cool.
This one was a cool one. It was pretty
this
sweet.
one, they really did it. They went fucking full on out with the animation. I think it was just more inspired.
Mm-hmm.
And
They're hitting
damn,
their stride.
goddamn, I think they got a bunch of people who you can just tell they're like,
Actual
I'm so
Sonic
fucking
fans.
down to make this Sonic movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because goddamn, this isn't spoilers. It's the goddamn trailer. When Sonic and Shadow fight, cinema.
Peak.
Cinema.
Cinema.
That's what you want out of a Sonic movie. And I think it's only going to get better. Because again, they've done 3 at this point, and they've only gotten better every time. 4th is at least going to be the same quality as 3, I'm hoping. And I'm sold.
We actually had to finish it the next night because it was like 3 a.m. We were like, let's leave.
So that's where I saw the end, because I left the whole party early and went home.
Yeah.
Those chuckleheads watched Sonic 3. I've already seen it. So when they came home, they're like, we're going to have to finish Sonic 3 later. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Sunday I took after all that go clubbing, New Year's party, into no sleep hangouts, into Alveus working, into another party. I decided on Sunday I was going to sleep in, and then I cleaned my room. You went back to Alveus.
Yep, I like Alveus.
Yeah, Alveus is sick.
I like it. Was fun. You get to go outside. I get to see nature and animals, and the birds make typewriter sounds and flash sounds, and they'll go like, hi, happy birthday. And you go, yep, happy birthday. And you give them a little treat. So
I just definitely overdid it the weekend. Like a lot of heavy drinking, a lot of lack of sleep, so I just needed a rest day. I ended up cleaning my whole freaking bathroom. It's spotless now. That's pretty lit.
You need to stay hard like I do. I could hit all that shit, and I did hit all that shit back to back to back to back to back, and I was perfectly fine. No hangover, nothing like that. I think, honestly, the biggest thing was I definitely knew one night I drank too much, not because I had a hangover, but because like I got like random sore in my arm. And I'm like, I think my body's just struggling to process the alcohol. And I think that happens.
That's never happened to me.
I'm dying, I guess. But to be fair, outside of that, I was doing great. So I think my health is better in general. Maybe it's because of all that good, quality, consistent sleep that I get.
Agreed. Handshake. Put her there, buddy.
There we go.
And it comes back around. We make up at the end of the episode.
Now it just looks like on your end. Well, now that I'm talking...
I'm tugging them off. Well, thank you for watching the Bozo Show. I'm going to get more sleep because I honestly really did not catch up yesterday when I slept in, and I said I slept in.
I'm going to eat chicken.
I already ate, but I think I'm going to drink more Gatorade, and we're going to go boss up some trivia or whatever the hell.
Hey,
one
of those G drinks, Gatorade, G Fuel, Gamer Subs, any of you G guys, I'll take the highest bidder. Thank you for watching Bozo Show.
Bye. Now we need to get Seb's dumbass in here. You know what I'm saying? Put this in the outro card too. Call him an idiot, stupid ass stuff.